Alright, so back again. So today I just had this kind of a meetup with an agency and nothing really in particular. I think I might go hang out with some friends. But these are primarily the brushes that I use. I always use something that's kind of really wide and then something that I can blend but it's a little more sturdy, and then kind of a flat big fat brush, and then something that I can use as a pointer so I can use my dark colors with. And today I'm not really feeling anything, so this is just something that I do if I normal basic day, and this is the Etude Play Color Eyes in the Cafe. And the color schema is really just natural. It has a bit of glitter, a bit of mattes. So I'm just going to go in with probably the lighter shade and just kind of like get rid of the oil and excess. And for me, like, my eyes are just, I'm going to go in kind of with a darker shade on the outer. Sometimes even in the inner, it just depends on what the shape I want to create. And I don't know why this has happened, but I kind of always try to make a shape like that. So I'm gonna go in with that, and then if I want to go with a darker shade, I'll go in with something like this. And then just kind of go in that. And you really don't need to be precise with this, because if you do make any errors or mistakes, you just want to go in with your finger, just kind of smudge and erase. So don't be afraid to have fun with things. And then today I guess I'm feeling a little bit of pink, so I'm going to go in with a bit of pink. Really? Alright, oh, it's kind of funny. Sometimes I think when I'm like having some lovey-dovey moments and things are going smooth and well for me, that's when I use pink. I'm sure a lot of girls do that too. And then I kind of go in right with the thin one and go and dip into like a darker shade. I just kind of like try to create some type of a line to make my eyes pop a little more before I go in with the liner. And I think for me, like, the order doesn't matter. It's about what you're feeling, experimenting. Some people like to use the liner first. I actually like to use it. I used to use it before, but now I'm just kind of use it always after, I think. So I take like 3 of them. This is a black, brown, and then kind of a khaki color. I've been loving the khaki. It's so natural, and this brown is kind of more like a brick red brown, so if I really want a natural look, then I'll use that. But for me, I'll use the khaki. And this one has a bit of glimmer and shimmer inside of it. Not that it really matters, but today it's coming out a little darker than I expected it to. I don't know why. Or maybe it's the light. I just don't notice it. So I'll do just kind of a really quick line. Nothing too fancy. But then I'll go in with less pressure towards the inner corners, because you want to have this part to be darker. And I don't really care about my tear ducts, no waterline that sometimes is visible. I'll go over it with the black that I showed you, but if I'm like in a hurry, usually I'll just, you know, pop on the mascara and it's not really visible for me. So yeah, I guess something like that. And like I said, the black one. I've mentioned in my previous videos I really love Bia. So yeah, that's gone kind of like that. I think the eyeliners were super cheap, but it's really kind of like that gel finish where the product really doesn't go away. And so, yep, kind of like that. Oh, I mean, so I've been brainstorming what I should do with my channel because it's so like jumbled up. It's kind of like a bargain sale right now. About what I want to do and where I want to go with my channel with somebody. And he asked me like, what are you really good at? And I think my sister would tell me I'm good at beauty, but sometimes I think my look is so, like, it varies within like a certain frame that I'm not sure if it really is something that I feel I'm good at. So yeah, I want to do kind of a light one, and after that's done, I'm gonna go in with like a liquid liner. I've been liking this one, although it dries up after I use a little bit. But I like the sturdiness of it. The pens, no, the brush type ones are just so flimsy. Oh my god. Bless me. Yeah, so I'll just go in, fill in a little more. And sometimes I like to, recently I've been liking the winged look a little more, so I'll take that out a little. Because I think when you smile, it kind of gives me that like cuter, perkier eyes. But if you go too much, it's not gonna look pretty. That's really kind of what I do, but go in with something like that and then put a little more towards the end. Go with a bit of gold shimmer on the inner. And sometimes it's like, why did I even put pink on it? But it's just always about like what you want in that day, and you want to just kind of experiment. It's such a fun activity for me to just go in with my makeup tools every day, look at myself and say, okay, this is what I look like today. Not that it's really changed anything. Go in this part again. Yep, I guess that's about it. And then, now onto my favorite part, which is mascara. For me, mascara is like, if I had to like have just one product in the world, it would be mascara, because for me, I think when I was first learning about makeup, I realized if I didn't have or use mascara, it'll smudge so much more. And I realized how much it made the eye pop. So, like, you know, some girls get lash extensions and people say you can't use mascara with it. I think that's why I prefer not to get lash extensions, because I love using mascara and how natural it is compared to like a lash extension. So that's how it is for me, but maybe I just haven't met the right, you know, beautician. Is that even the right word? And yeah, I always like to use my lower lash also. Like that. And so you want to kind of take a look and see, is this the shape that I want? That shape that I talked about, and it's not really. So when that happens, I'll go in back with the liner like this. I'll draw in some lashes like that. Like that. This one really doesn't have to be precise. I kind of got more of a definition here. Yeah. And I think from yesterday, after enjoying my Stila palette again, so go in with the Famous Kitten with a brush like this. And you know how I like used a darker color, so it does come out, but I honestly usually don't even try to go over this. I just tap it and just start using it, and it doesn't really come out dark, unless like you guys have to kind of know and how to, I guess, balance that. Give it kind of a sparkle in the eyes. But I like to be kind of real light with this, because if you go too much, it doesn't look very sophisticated. So that's what I like to do. And I think if I want to blend it, I want to use a bit of gold, which the color is Vitality. So pretty. Anyways, so yeah, after that, blush. Not sure what I'm feeling recently, but these are the blush that I've been using a lot, which is the Clinique Nude Pop, Sorbet Pop, and then the Bobbi Brown Calypso Coral from the Pot Rouge. I think I'm feeling more nude today. And this has been like my staple for, I think, over maybe a month now or 2 months. So just want to kind of do this smile. Before, I think blush was such a difficult one for me. I didn't know how to control my like snaps or the pressure to put in. But now it's just kind of real quick and easy. But the key to blush is that you don't want to put too much strength in your arms. Like you just want to like kind of, you know, like that. Alright, so with contouring, I just kind of like to go over just a little bit of my nose, and I think the light probably will make it so that if I go out in the sun, it's gonna look a little harsher than what I would like. So I'm just gonna go real light on things. These things I think kind of come to you after a while. I don't know what to do with my brows. So anyways, yeah, that's about it. With lips, I don't do anything much, but I think sometimes I do use a highlighter, and I've been loving Holika Holika. The lady recommended it to me, and it was so natural. It's kind of a champagne color. I mean, I've been using this over my MAC's Benefits, and look how gorgeous that is. Such a subtle color. Yeah. And that's about it. With lips, I just kind of leave it like this, or I'll use a color that's kind of close to my lip color. But yeah, I'm just gonna go dry my hair, get dressed, and see you guys another time.